Welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces for September 9th, 2024. And the first week of the NFL season is literally just back upon us. And kicking off with me, who literally is only about 10 minutes dry from his own show over 609 Sports Talk, Sam Nelson. Thank you very much for jumping in while the fellas are literally getting in from work and trying to grab some dinner and, getting themselves together to also turn around and talk about the wonderful NFL Week 1 shenanigans, including my favorite story, which everybody's trying to downplay, Mr. Tyreek Hill all cuffed up and an hour before game time, speeding in his Lambo. Police union says he didn't want to cooperate. He says he got a ticket. And I'm sorry, but, I was going to say, whatever, chicken. He's just...
Hey, you may want to unpack the Winston jersey with your starting quarterback looking like absolute dog pound dog crap yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Did you hear that? Did you hear that breaking news, by the way?
Yes.
So yeah, well, we can get. I'm done with that guy.
It's another civil case, and I don't know that if, as far as all of the people who were the ones that came forward, if he can even be retried again on that. Suds isn't on, so we don't have our legal beagle, but I don't know how much water that's really going to hold at this point. So
I don't either.
I don't think.
Isn't Suds back in bowling season?
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I believe, I don't think that it's going to hold water anyway. And the NFL is even declining to comment on it, which means that we don't think there will be much coming forth out of it whatsoever.
I'll just say this, though. That team needs Nick Chubb to be healthy in the worst way.
I'm sorry. Kareem Hunt's sitting on the couch at home.
Honestly, give the guy a phone call.
What's your problem? What's your problem? I mean, come on. What is the problem here? Yeah.
I have no clue. But back to the Tyreek Hill thing. Now apparently the body cam footage was just released about a half hour ago.
Which
I haven't seen.
I have not seen it.
I have not seen it either. All I'll say is that every NFL insider that has released it says it's very disgusting. So, unfortunately, I don't want to.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And my first thought when I first heard it, the dude's got a mouth on him. He absolutely does. I mean, I saw it in Kansas City, and after watching his post-game press conference, and the way he was talking about, well, I want to try to flip it and make it a positive. I'm going, dude, you were running your mouth with the cops. Do you know who I am? I'm sure came up. Like I said, I would not be surprised. But knowing that they said out of the PD that the person, the main officer who made the detaining, was placed on administrative duties. So there must have been something else that has come up about it. And I'm very interested to see what the actual body cam. I mean, I'm surprised because usually they will not release, the police will not release the body cam footage. It just says a man who recorded Tyreek Hill being detained by police, but there hasn't been any quote unquote video or body cam video because I don't believe that the police are allowed to release that. That's for court. So I would find that very hard to believe.
Yeah.
But I'm not, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Not at all. It does not surprise me. And a lot of these guys do that. And I'm sorry, he's driving a Lambo. You're supposed to be there a little bit more sooner than an hour, I think, before game time, dude. Or warm-ups.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like, dude, something tells me you were running seriously late and you got pulled over. So I would have been like, sorry, officer, I'll take the ticket. Thanks. I'm running a little behind for my game. That's all he had
honestly.
to say. But something tells me he just went running his mouth and had to make it a little bit more than what it needed to be. Because you're literally face down on the ground getting cuffed.
Maybe he said, I bet you I'm faster than your police car. He probably is. He's probably faster than his own Lambo. Go ask the Jacksonville Jaguars secondary that.
I'll tell you what, he definitely was. Because, man, all I saw was a couple of Jags in the rear view mirror as he hauled buns for that 80-yard TD. Which, by the way, my fantasy team thanks you, as well as everybody else who's got him.
My fantasy team thanks the Niners for inactivating Christian McCaffrey tonight because that's who my opponent's big-time guy was.
Yeah, that one's going around real quick. And, boy, Mr. Mason is being picked up quickly as we speak.
By the way,
about one of the fastest trending pickups in fantasy football. But here's the problem. And I mentioned it to one person already who also said that, well, they need him to, do well. And they said, well, what else would they do? That's all they got. No, they've got the Deebo Samuel experiment 2.0. People are forgetting about that. Guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if Shanahan pulled that back out of the bag of tricks. And
without a doubt.
And guess who's probably not going to be ready for it? Mr. Saleh. He's going to sit there and go, damn, that again?
If Robert Saleh isn't ready for that, then he is insane. He saw it firsthand. He better be ready for it.
Yep, but he's got a bunch of different personnel, and I mean, hey, as a guy who's got the Jets defense for tonight, along with Brock Purdy and Moody, and how that happened, I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm hoping for a little bit of everything. I know I had a little bit of a I believe I won the battle in your little chat earlier.
Oh man, you guys were just friends on Friday. What happened?
Well, apparently he doesn't understand on reading and, in depth of personnel and coaching staff and, the actual beefy information, of said team. So guess what? It is what it is. And I think I won. Dang. Well, that was fast.
Good. We don't want to see your face anyways.
No one wants to see Deshaun Watson's stat line either.
One game. Jesus Christ. You're like Browns fans. Season's over.
Well, first
yeah, Renee, in one of my leagues I do have, I've got the Jets D and a couple 49ers.
Well, let me also give some credit to the opposing side because, Suds got on me for this when I was on for your division show. I told everybody, I don't care what their personnel is. Dallas will find a way to win 11 games.
That
Dallas
wasn't.
is that.
I just don't understand how you can try to put. I mean, yes, Sean looked bad. So what? I mean, the dude's coming. I mean, there's excuse after excuse because it's what the Browns fans are going to call it. Coming back from injury, whatever. Call it what you want, but that was coaching as well. There was no reason that team. There was no reason that team should have been unprepared like that yesterday. That was pathetic, and that falls on the coach. The same coach that somehow everybody kisses his ass because he's got 2 Coach of the Year awards, but he needs to stop calling plays first and foremost.
Which has been our big argument. Yeah.
If you go look at the numbers, it's not like Dallas's offense was lighting the world on fire. Dak threw for under 200. CD was held under 70.
Dak and Watson's stats were comparable, like when you look at yardage and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean,
Yep. 100%. But we agree, Adam, and I mean we have talked about it before that you cannot sit there and expect to win the game passing the football the whole time, and you barely turn around and utilize the running back at all.
And you only use Ford that I know of. I don't even know if they use Strong.
No, they not once. And it's just like, I'm sorry, you've got Ford, you've got Strong. Hell, you still even got Hines who could turn around and do something more physical. I mean, I just told Sam, hey, Kareem Hunt's sitting on the couch at home. What the hell are you guys doing?
We don't need him. He's too old. He's lost a step.
I'm just saying, I'm not worried about the speed. I'm worried about the size. As far as the size,
he's got Kareem's number.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but the thing that bothered me yesterday was, is it me or does it seem like Deshaun, and obviously we all know I'm the biggest supporter of him, or I have been, it's almost like he's seeing ghosts to the point where, why is there numerous times did he tuck it and run when somebody was wide open? Like granted, our offensive line is hot dog shit.
No, but it's true because Jerry Jeudy, kind of like Marvin Harrison, was open 3 times.
Shut up! Don't even get me started.
Jerry Jeudy was open too. Judy was open too. It's like, hello, wait a minute, what's going on?
Okay, but that's not not fair.
And the comparison thing, and I turn around, I totally agree, Sam. I know Kyler's a lot shorter. Deshaun is not. Deshaun is a lot taller, and he has 0 reason for not looking through his reads. 0.
Go ahead, Sam. You were going to say something.
Well, no, I was going to say Kyler probably could barely see over his right guard, and we expect him to hit Marvin Harrison downfield.
We won't get into that, considering the fact that I have Marvin Harrison, and his stat line in fantasy was atrocious yesterday.
Yeah, I've got him too.
My opponent tonight has McCaffrey, so I may actually get a week 1 win after a very rough week 1 performance from my team. So
hey, that's all right. My teams might not have, and F Texas teams this weekend for me, but the fact that I'm looking like I'm going to go undefeated, and I'm only in 8 fantasy leagues this year, not 11 or whatever it was that I was in. Yeah, that's all.
That's all.
Oh, Sean, who'd you get booted from?
No, because he likes to. No, he likes to get me started on Watson, and that's why he got booted. I wasn't dealing with it yesterday. Him and every culprit got booted for the night. I put him back in literally after I got home from work.
There were only 14 rushing plays called. 14.
Well,
the Bengals turned around and did 8 on one drive yesterday.
Well,
come on.
This
14? And you did 45 pass attempts?
Well, you also got to understand, too, and I wish to God I could find it. I know we had it on here before. It's Stefanski. If you look back at all the quarterbacks that he's worked with, when he's with them, they had shitty stats. The minute he leaves, their stats go through the roof. And I wish to God I could find it. We had it on here before. It's ridiculous how much better they do without him. It's just, I don't know what he's teaching them, but he's holding them back. But there's also been times when we had Chubb. Remember, there was a second half game a couple years ago. Chubb had 4 rushes the whole second half. That's insane when you have Nick Chubb.
Yep. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely. I don't disagree one bit.
So what now? When Chubb comes back, are you like you want to ease him back into it? Or are you going to be like, oh, let's give him 30 carries a game and risk injuring him again?
Well, Sean, I was going to say
he's a big Baker fan because of the fact that, and I'm not saying I have anything against Baker, but I'm pretty sure the fans ran Baker out of town too.
See, personally, I did not want the Browns to deal with Watson. When they said the Browns were out of the Watson thing, I was thrilled. Let Atlanta deal with the garbage. It wasn't going to be a good fit, but everybody was like, no, we're going to get rid of Baker and we're bringing in Deshaun. And I was just like, it's not what you wanted. And here we are 3 years later, 4 years later. Yep, that's not what you wanted.
Well, here's what I've always said with Browns fans.
And you drafted the quarterback you were looking for.
What, DTR?
No, Baker. They drafted the quarterback they were looking for.
Let's say, because it seems like Barry and him are high on DTR, and I've not seen anything to be high on him about yet.
No.
Nah.
Nope. Not at all. Not one bit.
And this is exactly why I said this is why they need to build the dome and get us off being the mistake of the lake and start fresh.
No disagreement here.
The ugly stat I saw yesterday, since the Browns had the last championship in 64, no NFL titles, and 21 different head coaches since then, the most in the league.
Also, the most quarterbacks too.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh God,
it's disgusting. It's pathetic.
The coaches are almost catching the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's sad. It's an absolute travesty.
But then the thing that if you haven't yet, George, you got to listen to a post game presser, because Kevin Stefanski cracks me up. It's always we got to play better. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, Captain Obvious, your table for one. It's been ready.
That sounds like Andy Reid, his last 2.5 years in Philly. Every game, I got to do a better job. Yeah, no shit, you do. You're getting blown out every week.
I mean, that was just bad, and I have a feeling I think the Browns will lose again this week.
Who do they play this week?
Jacksonville in Jacksonville.
I don't know about that.
Well, I think Jacksonville shook the rust off. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, see, I listened and I thought Brady was like Tony Romo, giving us the extra little insight, knowing, kind of how the play is going to develop and what he was looking at. And I like that. I actually didn't mind it. I thought Brady was pretty solid. A lot of people were hating on it. It's like, well, okay, there's more of those Ohio State haters and Brady haters, whatever. But I thought Tom did a pretty solid job for his first one.
I love the comment that he made. Who was it? There was somebody did something, and he said, well, that's because he's a Wolverine. And I'm like, that a boy.
Oh. Yeah, Sean, he did. But like I said, it's the, nervous jitters. It's your first game jitters. Phil Simms and, those guys, they weren't, all-stars at it when they first started.
Well, I thought it was funny how I think Fox brought it up. They're like, normally we don't do this, but this is the first time. And they actually have the announcer, they show him walking in through the stadium underneath or whatever. And it's Brady,
Yeah.
And I like Greg Olsen too. Greg Olsen's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Olsen's pretty solid too. And like I said, I don't mind Romer. Can we please get rid of Chris Collinsworth, and I'll be a happy man.
Yeah, I think that is true, Sean, about the whole him.
Now here's a guy.
There was something they said something about that.
I was gonna say I still think that's all rumored. I don't do well on rumors. I really don't. The prison inmate game of the week.
Which one?
Well, we noted it as, Minnesota and the Giants, and we were just like, oh dear God.
Hey,
And when we saw the uniforms, when I first saw the Giants uniforms, and for anybody who hasn't seen these,
I hate the pants, but I love the helmet, for obvious reasons.
I was.
Yeah, I don't. It's not
Adam. You got some. You
That's
good
fireworks.
over there? Okay. I'm like, are you good over there, dude? Scaring me a little bit. I was like,
usually that happens on Doug's end, not mine.
Right? For those of you that did not see them, the Giants went with the 100, which I was unaware of that. They went with the 100th anniversary of their uniform. It looks a little definitely old schoolish, but I mean, that's the way they were back in the day. The helmet is definitely Wolverine-esque, and I actually like it in the red and blue. I thought it was pretty slick.
I just don't get why the tan pants though.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off a little bit too. But for 100 years ago,
that's probably all they had.
Right.
You got what you got. You use what you got.
Well, to be fair,
I'm not minding the helmets. I mean, you could even kind of really work a little bit with that to incorporate it into a new uniform and come up with a new design and use those helmets, because I thought the helmets were pretty cool.
I can't believe the fact that it's same thing like in New York as it is in Cleveland. They're already calling for them to bench Daniel Jones after one game.
Oh, did you see his exit?
Hold on a second. I can make a case for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson in the past. Now, I know since he's been in Cleveland, it's been up and down. Injuries, I get all that. Daniel Jones has been bad his whole career. There is no defending that man.
Ever since the turf monster got him on that 80-yard run.
Oh, my God.
Let's not talk about that, because that was against my team. I don't want to talk about that.
It wasn't a touchdown, though.
It wasn't.
That is true. I believe we actually got a goal line stop on that. But either way, let's just say that ever since that, it has been up, down, turnaround for Daniel Jones. And that pick six yesterday was brutal.
It was slick though on that dude's part though. He's a hell of a defensive.
I love Van Ginkel too. I was hoping Fangio was able to bring him over to Philly from Miami, but he ended up going over to Minnesota, which Minnesota played a pretty good game. I'm not gonna lie.
And I wish to God Clint was here. His boy Sam Mono was 14 of 14 or some crap like that to start the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I was shocked when I was watching it. I'm sitting here going, "Wait a minute, what?" I felt like a minion for a minute. What?
I said last week on my show that I would not be surprised if Sam Darnold actually played pretty decent this year, due to the fact that he's actually got a decent group of weapons around him.
Addison's hurt, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got some pain in his ankle, but they said they're hopeful he'll play Sunday.
Well, you still got Jeff. He's very underrated, but he's very underrated, but you have that Naylor kid from Michigan State.
Yeah, Naylor got the one for 21 yards with the touchdown. That was his only target. But, I mean, Darnold went 19 for 24 for 208 and 2 tutties. Aaron Jones, 14 carries for 94 yards with a touchdown.
I had him in my fantasy league.
Chandler turned around and got 8 for 17, mixing it up a little bit.
No idea what the Packers were thinking.
Yeah, I mean, and receiving-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different
and just
targets.
I understand it's the Giants, but wait till he gets Hawkinson back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, Sam actually spread the ball around the field. That is something. So I got to say this. He's never done this before.
So is this basically
multiple times. Naylor was the only one with one target. He targeted Jones 2 for 2, Munt 2 out of 3, Ham 2 for 2, Chandler 3 for 3, Oliver 2 for 2, Addison 3 out of 4, and Jefferson 4 out of 6. That's pretty good.
I'm not going to give him all the kudos in the world after a game yet, but if he has a decent year and and it takes him to the playoffs or something, is this basically what the Jets thought they were getting when they were drafting him then?
Maybe.
Because obviously it never panned out there, and he didn't do anything in Carolina either.
Again, I'm going to say, is it the system? Because remember, I'm a big stickler about that. When they get these guys out of college, you got to draft. It's not about drafting, oh, that's the best available guy. But does the guy fit into your system? If he doesn't fit in your system, Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones, then
Baker.
Guess what? You're not going to have them. They shouldn't draft them.
The only reason I say
trade it.
The only reason I say Baker is because what that dude have like 4 different offensive coordinators in his tenure here.
That's the Browns.
He got a raw deal on that.
Yes, he did. Because somehow he's fitting into a nice little system down in Tampa.
Well, think about this too. What is it with Cleveland? What is it with Cleveland and people that want to be here? They get rid of, because Greg Williams wanted to be the coach here and they wouldn't give him the job. Baker wanted to be the quarterback here and turn the franchise around. They got rid of him.
Well, they also turned around and forced, number 16 out the door too.
Cribs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it's a Cleveland thing. Look at the Indians. Great players. Oh yeah, you're too good. We got to get rid of you. It's
Lindor.
It's a Cleveland thing. It's all a Cleveland thing, unfortunately.
Well, the Dolans just don't like to spend money on our baseball team, but they've done it twice. I don't remember who it was. Was it Rosario or somebody, or Jimenez and Jose got paid? But
yeah.
Okay. PIG number 2. Pittsburgh and the Falcons.
Oh
No. This was Chris Boswell against the Falcons.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Good catch. Yes. Yes.
I don't know who those 11 guys playing offense for Pittsburgh were.
Don't get the Steeler fans started, because they're already starting their shit.
Well, and in all fairness, you literally are throwing Justin Fields out there 6 hours before. You're like, wait a second. He's expecting to be clipboard radio. All of a sudden, hey, no. You know what? We know you didn't get practice with the ones this week, but here you go.
Right.
And I won't lie.
It looked like it. He managed it. I mean, he managed it well enough to get him into field goal range. So, I mean, the drop passes, I watched it, and I'm sorry, but not all that's on Justin. It was a lot on the receiving end of that.
That team has stunk offensively for years.
I mean, Pickens, dude, there's a reason why you're supposed to stay streaking down the sideline. I'm just saying. Yeah, there should have been a few touchdowns in there, and it was ugly. It was purely ugly.
It's going to be a long season for the Steelers, I think.
They got away with one in Atlanta. I don't think they're going to get away with a lot more like that. No. They're not. I just think
it's funny how I got into an argument with a Steeler fan because he was trying to say that TJ wasn't offsides. I'm like, he got called. Yes, he was.
Dude, he totally. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, and then to make matters worse, he tags me in a thing later where it's a Steelers page that shares it. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go and use a biased Steelers page. Like they're gonna say he was offsides to begin with. I'm like, stop. And then of course they're already running their mouths about top of the division, this and that. And I said, let's see, we played the Cowboys.
It's week 1.
The Ravens played the Chiefs. Granted, the Bengals should have probably beat the Patriots. I go, you guys have played nobody. It's the Falcons. I get it. It's fine. But I was like, enjoy it while you can, because this will probably be the only time you'll be at the top of the board all year.
It's yeah.
The Ravens are the team to beat.
Yeah.
True. I do like Patrick Mahomes' reference though that somebody needs to wear white cleats, and he would have never been called. I was like, well, it is what it is.
Well, I'm mad because I went to bed before that game ended, so I missed that finish, and then I fell asleep last night before the finish of that game.
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
and I have David Montgomery in one of my leagues, so when I seen all the notifications this morning, I'm like, what the hell did I miss?
Yes, you missed one. He literally went into beast mode. He went, give me the football. I got this.
And that's the thing. That's
exactly what was going on.
And that's scary to think about how they have that two-headed monster in Detroit with him and Gibbs.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and now they have another wide receiver that broke out with Jameson Williams.
Well, Williams is healthy at the moment. I mean, that's the big thing. And it was funny because it's like as soon as the commentators mentioned, you haven't mentioned St. Brown that much, all of a sudden Goff tries to go to St. Brown pick. I was like, oops. Maybe you might want to tone that down a little bit and not say anything.
You may not want to say something about that.
Let's keep that quiet, shall we? The other, that was kind of the other weird PIG, the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. And by God, Joe Burrow looks like garbage with blonde hair.
Well, bad thing is I had a chance. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do because I know with Jamar Chase saying that they were saying he was inactive with an illness that he might not play, and then they said he was active. I kept flipping back and forth. It was either him or Jameson.
Ooh. Yeah. At the rate the Bengals played yesterday, that was not the Bengals team I was expecting.
No.
Well,
and I'm not, and I am not going to sit there and go, oh yeah, Brissett with the Patriots. It's like, oh yeah, this is awesome. No. These are two bad teams playing against each other, and it showed.
But Stevenson looked good.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think that was the only bright spot of the whole game was Stevenson. That really was.
Well, two things I took out of that game from the Bengals side was they continue to come out and say that the looming contract situations with their two top wide receivers is not a distraction. That's a lie. And also, I guess he's a nice little running back. Based off of week one, Joe Mixon has missed that offense.
Damn Skippy.
Who did they have start? Moss?
Zach Moss, yes. Now look, Zach Moss, he's a nice little running back, but Joe Mixon set up the table for those two.
They should start Chase Brown.
I agree.
I totally agree.
My fantasy team wouldn't, but I do.
Yeah, I was going to say my fantasy team would be grateful.
My backup running back suck.
Chase only got 3 for 11 yesterday.
Yeah.
And Moss went 9 for 44.
He had a touchdown, but
yeah.
He's a smaller back too, isn't he? Like
Moss? Nah.
Yeah. No. Stocky.
I'll go
he's
look.
A stocky dude.
I'm on it.
Yeah, he's a stocky dude. I mean, Chase was 6 for 6 with 62 yards. They totally hosed Gesicki on his touchdown. I was like, come on.
I know. Well, that's good because
I was happy for him.
Well, look at the bright side. Like Clint would say, we didn't have to see his poor man's gritty.
True. But I mean, he did fill in, and I think going forward, he'll be a very good addition for that squad.
I agree. I love Mike Gesicki. First of all, Penn State guy here, right? I love him there.
Can you go every week, please?
Oh dear. Yeah. I was gonna say you almost jinxed him.
Listen, I know. I listen. I don't need to hear that. Okay, I blame most of it on myself, but still.
Well, how was the atmosphere though? Because that's on my bucket list is for a whiteout is to go to Penn State.
This is a home opener against an opponent that they should have blew out. Now, granted, Bowling Green, first play of the game, they got 30 yards. They play action us to death, and they got 30 yards. They came to play. That atmosphere is something I honestly would prefer. I would rather go to a Penn State game sometimes than an NFL game.
It's more exciting.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I've been to a
And-
couple Michigan State games, and yeah, college
Oh, yeah.
football is totally different than an NFL game. Oh
It's
my
definitely
god!
it's definitely an atmosphere, Adam, you would enjoy. It's
Well,
awesome.
I've been to Michigan plenty of times, so needless to say, let me tell you, like I remember the one year we went, I took my buddy who's neutral, he's a Hurricanes fan. So he had no problem
Okay.
going. He's not worried about, and at one point Michigan was down to Northwestern. And I don't remember how it happened, but I remember this is when Devin Gardner, that's when he played. He drops back and throws in, like, I kid you not, this thing had to have been in the air every bit of 70, 80 yards. And the defender from Northwestern goes to swat it down. Roy Roundtree had the wherewithal to look over his right shoulder and pulled it in out of midair. When that place erupted, because we were down by a field goal at that time, I looked at my buddy. He looked at me. He goes, like, you couldn't even hear your thoughts. It was so loud.
Well, that was funny. There was an instance with Bowling Green this weekend. In the second half, Penn State's defense really picked it up, and they were starting to get some stops late in the third quarter. There was an instance; it was so loud. 2 straight plays. Bowling Green was called for a false start because no one knew what the hell was going on, and then they got called for a delay of game. Then they had to call a timeout. They could not hear a damn thing in the second half on that field.
It's ridiculous.
And then they were up. Penn State was up 3 at the time, and Nick Singleton bounced off 2 blocks and took this play 50 yards to the house, and that place went freaking nuts. So yeah, it's one of the best atmospheres in sports I've ever witnessed live. It was amazing.
Just real quick before we get back to the NFL, take on Aller. Is he going to be the right quarterback for you guys? Or is he still got to show himself a little bit?
He will be if they take. I think Allard is fine. I think the staff is still got some training wheels on him. Week 1 against West Virginia, I saw more. I saw them taking shots downfield, making big plays. And I'll tell you right now, Penn State's offense last season, it was like the Eagles. It was stagnant. It was no big plays. It was more like, let's get 8 yards here to 10 yards is a big play for us. No, you got to be respected down the field. Penn State did that against West Virginia. This week, they almost went backwards. They took, Allard's got a cannon. That's the first thing I'll tell you right now. Drew Allard's got an absolute cannon. He's accurate. He can move a little bit. He can run the football a little bit. If Penn State continues to open up its offense and lets him take what I call NFL throws, he's going to be fine. And I think they could be possibly a playoff team if they let him do that. But it's going to come down to James Franklin if he lets him do it. Because they're going to run.
The problem is Franklin. Because with me, I'm a fan of his because he's a local kid from around. He's from Medina. So I'm trying to root for the kid because I always want to see the local kids or Ohio kids do well when they in college wherever they go and then go to the pros. It's just a cool thing to see.
The Niners have a safety that's from my area, Jerry Brown. He's the Trenton guy. He was grew up 5 to 7 minutes away from me.
Breaking news: Aaron Rodgers has made it to the 8th play of the drive.
Holy cow!
Comeback player of the year already.
And the Jets have gone up on the Niners. It's 6-3.
Breece Hall
already.
Yep.
Breece Hall with the 3-yard touchdown.
Thank you. I'll take some points.
Yep, me too.
Team name Breesty Boys.
I've got some pretty snifty ones this year.
Well, I'm going to start from now on when I'm doing my picks. I'm going to start throwing out fantasy football team names when I pick the teams because I thought there were some pretty cool ones. So I'm just going to start throwing the funny ones out there in the middle of of picking our picks for the week.
Yeah, well, I screwed up in the Michigan League. I got CJ's not worthy, and where's Worthy at? On my damn bench.
Well, it's hard with the rookies. You don't know what they're going to do there. Because the thing is, he had that good game that night. He might not do a damn thing this week.
Right. I started Harrison instead.
He's on the damn team. You know he's going to do something.
Well, he is their new that reverse though. Holy crap, is that dude wicked fast.
Did I literally posted it on Facebook? I said, did we really let the fucking Chiefs get their hands on this guy?
Thanks, Buffalo.
Yeah, really.
There
Someone
you go,
fires
Buffalo.
Bill's front office.
Buffalo gave up Mahomes and Xavier Worthy. Way to go, Buffalo. Way to go.
Hey, George, I got some interesting wrestling news if you don't mind me sharing.
Shoot.
So, SmackDown, of course, is making their switch over to USA soon.
Mm-hmm.
Raw has just announced that it will be moving to 2 hours, October 7th, through the rest of 2024.
This 3 was too much.
Hours.
Yeah.
But SmackDown is reportedly going to be 3 hours now. They're going to try.
Holy crap.
Another report is also coming out that they are trying to bring the old classic SmackDown 5th stage back.
Good.
I love that thing as a kid.
That was a great stage. Yeah, I liked it.
And if they're bringing it back, let's go, because I loved it. But can we just stop with, I say this about every wrestling company. I cannot stay up from 8 to 11 to watch wrestling. You only have so much you can do.
Yeah. It gets drawn out after the second hour.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I used to get tired of, I used to barely be able to get through when Raw was 9 to 11:05. Remember those days? Just 2-hour shows, guys. That's it. I don't need 3. I get it. You're trying to get all the guys TV time. You're trying to make sure the fans are getting the best experience. I get all that. 2 hours, please.
Yeah, it figures I get Puka for the first time in fantasy, and he goes on IR.
Yeah. Which is, and everybody thought I was going to nab Puka in every single draft, and I'm sitting there going, I just got a funny feeling, and bam, there it is. And it's like when Suds came to me, he's like, what the heck, man? What'd you know? I'm like, I knew about the knee injury during mini camps, and I'm going, oh, that's not going to bode well. Somebody will be out about 4 to 6 weeks. And then it kind of went away, and then he got hurt again in preseason a little bit, and I'm going, uh-oh, that's going to linger. And then when I watched it happen, I'm going, he came out and he made that block, and I was like, dude, no, he's hurting. I said, nope. I said, he's done. And sure enough, he did. He came right off, and it's like, yep. Guys, you should have shut him down and kept him shut down for a couple of weeks. Would have been better off. Would have been much better off. Oh, what are your other team names there, Adam, that you got on your?
Well, I got to save them for the picks. I can't give them all away. I mean, if you want my personal team names, that's fine. Yeah. I have and for all my NFL leagues, there's the Breesty Boys, which I use for Sean's league.
That's not bad. I like that.
Brees's Pieces was another top choice.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
But it's too much. But Breesty Boys was the first time I'd seen that, so I'm like, I'm stealing it. Yeah, I have obviously with CD. I have CD's TDs in the Ohio League, and then for the Dueling Aces League, we all know my team name is Tig Old Gritties.
I thought that had something to do with Jameis Winston.
Can you boot him, please?
Okay, last Winston joke for the night, I promise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my Ohio one is Puka's Pretty Swift. And that's because I've got all 3 of those dudes. But I like my Dueling Aces one. Purdy's Moody all of a sudden.
That's pretty good.
My opponent's name this week, his team is Boston Tea Party, but T is the abbreviation for tight end.
Hey, that's cool. Bad. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to change my name in my league that I'm the commissioner of, because if Chase doesn't do anything, it's not going to look good. But I have Jamar Alago. And then, of course, I obviously have the 2 different ones. I use the same name, but because there were so many different ones. But Above and Bijan is one of my favorite names.
Yeah, that one. I've seen that one too.
Okay, I just looked at my league, and I have somebody on here that should be in trouble. His team name is Pat Fryer Meth. That's Okay, listen.
Wow.
Not only does that hurt me as a Penn State guy, but my God, come
Right.
on, man.
Oh.
Don't do my boy Fryer reviews like that.
Well, Suds just flat out for his. He just made his waiting to be injured. And with him, of course, having CMC, everybody was just like, nope, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Well, Suds did it. And away we go. So the other people who should be on notice, not on watch, but on notice, Suds also drafted Lamar Jackson, Swift, Devonta Smith, Shakir, Tank Dell, Travis Kelce, Moody, the Lions defense, of course, Aaron Rodgers, McCaffrey, who is that? Austin Eckler, Jerry Jeudy, Pittman, Pickens, Nick Chubb too,
He can take all the Steelers for all I care.
and
Wait.
Jamal Williams off of New Orleans.
Wait. Did you say he has Devontae Smith?
Yes, I did.
Studs, if you're watching, trade that man now. Get him off your team. I don't need this right now. I'm having a good week. Don't do this.
I have Devontae in one league, but then I have
You're okay.
Barkley in a couple, Jalen and AJ in another, which I had to get that combo.
Oh, I bet you have Saquon. I bet you had a good first week with him.
And I'm pretty sure it's George's leagues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saquon had a healthy amount of points this week.
This is easily probably the best offensive line Saquon has played behind since high school. And I am not joking either. People think I'm kidding. Saquon Barkley has made some of the worst offensive lines in football look amazing. The Giants' offensive line has sucked for over a decade. And when he was there, remember, when he was there, Penn State was just starting to get their scholarship back on track after the entire Paterno fiasco in Sandusky. We know that story. But Penn State was just getting their scholarship fiasco taken care of and getting them back. Saquon Barkley has made one of the worst college offensive lines look great and one of the worst NFL offensive lines look great. This is easily the best offensive line he's ever played behind in almost his whole career.
Yeah, Saquon was the first non-quarterback to tag up 341 points. He beat out Gardner Minshew, Geno Smith, Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and Bo Nix, and Justin Herbert. He beat out all of those quarterbacks.
Who are we talking about? Sorry.
That's Saquon's points versus the quarterbacks that were all below him. Jaden Reed also beat out everybody except Geno and Gardner, but not by much.
Yeah, I have him in one of George's leagues, which is great because that's a lot of points.
Yep, 324 points.
341 on mine.
Mixon also with 269, and Hill also rounds out in the top 25 at 240, just above Justin Herbert. Could you imagine? You have Tyreek Hill and Justin Herbert, and Hill beats Herbert in points. Oops.
Hey, I wasn't the one silver lining of the Browns may have lost, but I have Dallas's kicker, and boy, did he give me some hellacious points yesterday.
I hate that man so much.
Dude is good, though.
He is, dude. He's money.
I was so mad. Like, I wanted him to try that 71-yarder because I think he would have nailed it.
Yes, that would have been
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
I think he would have nailed it by a few.
Oh, yes. Yep.
But Mike McCarthy wouldn't give it to us.
That's not surprised. He doesn't give us anything good.
No, he'll be out of a job if they don't do anything this year.
I'll tell you, you know who? I know it's only week one, but
Yeah, it is. That's just the thing. It's only week one. People are panicking already of, oh, I don't know about this.
I'll just say this: given back what I saw those final couple years in Philadelphia with him, Doug Peterson maybe it could be another coach that you may want to keep your eyes on for because Trevor Lawrence was the number one overall pick, and he's not playing like it.
He's, in all fairness, it's only Peterson's second year with that group right now.
Yeah,
I've always said a coach needs 3 years to get the proper personnel that he wants into his system. It always takes 3 years. I've always said that. You've got to give a coach at least 3 years. Give him the 3 years, see what happens, then make your decision. At least 3. All the way.
George, this is his third year. He took the job in 2022.
So it'll be his third year this year then.
Yeah, because he was he was the coach? Wasn't he coaching when they came back in the playoffs against the Chargers a couple years ago?
Hang on. Now you're making me rethink it.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Now you're making me rethink.
I know it's very late for that.
Yeah, since 2022 season. So this will be his third year. Yep. So this will be his third year. Like I said, it's only been week one. The game was tight as all get out. It was only 20-17.
Yeah, but they blew a double-digit lead. Yeah, I can see it's like you go into being a little conservative a little too soon. But I mean, if the Tyreek Hill 80-mile-an-hour pass doesn't happen, Miami's still sitting back there going, yeah, whatever. I mean, the Jags should have had 3 more interceptions out of that game, and they just missed. That's all. And it, like I said, I don't think that Jacksonville is in that much trouble. Granted, they've got to turn around and they have to contend with Indy and Houston, and all of a sudden that division is scarily looking better. But, hey, I'd almost say that it's like the AFC North from a couple of years back, and you've got a lot of good teams in that division. That's all. I'm not discrediting it. You've got 3 solid teams, because I'm not even going to say that the Titans. I don't think the Titans are going to be. The Titans are done. They're on rebuild. They couldn't beat the Bears, and the Bears didn't have one offensive touchdown.
Thanks, Bears defense.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, the Chicago D saved that debacle.
Caleb Williams didn't do anything either.
PIG number 4. Yeah, that was ugly. That was seriously ugly. No, like I said, those 3 teams are going to be, in that whole playoff contention the whole way. They're going to beat up on each other, and then they're going to turn around and whoever they play, they're going to beat up on them too.
Yeah.
It's going to be really, really tricky in that division.
I'll tell you what, though. Anthony Richardson's got a hell of an arm.
I thought he looked really good on Sunday.
I was, as soon as I saw it was Alec Pierce, I'm going, I got a whole bunch of those cards I need to sell, folks.
Right.
I've been hanging on to those autograph rookie cards for a reason, man. I'm like, please keep throwing that ball to that boy. Please.
I mean, look, when you only complete 9 passes and you get 212 yards, that alone is damn impressive.
Right.
If he's healthy, that Colts team could be really good.
And they got nice weapons. You got the kid they just Mitchell they got from Texas. They drafted. You still got Pittman. You got Pierce. I thought there was one more.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. like I said, it's gonna be real interesting real fast, and
And
that's why that game, Houston and Indy, what a fun game that was to
Yeah.
watch. Oh my
that
god,
was.
that was the best. I said, man, I said, talk about an offensive chess match. Woo-hoo. And it was looking a little rough at first. I was like, Stroud looked a little rusty, but I mean, everybody looked so rusty yesterday. But it's because we know they're cut down to 3 preseason games. You don't get that fourth one, which gives your vets a couple of games to play in. You're literally
Yeah.
locking them into a half between 2 games, maybe. And then that's it. You're trying to cut a roster from 97, 98 guys down to 53. And it's hard as all get out to try to do that and see everybody in playing condition. I mean, yeah, you're going to sit there and have your practices against the team. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of those before. If you've watched where 2 teams practice against each other, they'll run 10 to 12 plays against each other, and then they'll switch. The offense will play, against that defense, and then they'll switch it. And the defense will then go against the other team's offense for 10 to 12 plays. And then they'll put in second string guys and do the same thing all over again. And then in between, they'll run like 8 or 9 special teams plays where they'll do kickoffs or punt returns and a couple of field goals. And I mean, it is for the casual fan, it is boring as all get out. But for somebody like me that likes to watch the ins and outs of everything and watch on the play design, I love it. And I wish that like NFL Network would show, more of those. I wish they would broadcast more of them because they are very interesting. And you would actually really, it brings a good perspective for folks like us really to get a good analytic view of how the teams are playing. And they're great. They're absolutely great. If you get to watch one, go for him. If you have the opportunity to watch one, do it because it is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. It's like a scrimmage type thing, and it's fantastic. But the problem is once they've done that in the practice, guess who they're playing for the preseason game? That squad.
Right.
Yep.
So, it's kind of like, well, we know what to expect, which is why always the preseason games look like garbage right now. And that's all they're doing. And God help you if you actually play them again during your regular season. Then you're just kind of hosed. Who's next on the chopping block? New Orleans and Carolina.
Don't even need to talk about it.
Actually, I do because
Really?
because Bryce Young, I mean, when you lose 4 of your offensive starters to free agency and they're all off to wherever, and you've got to bring in 4 new dudes, and there's no chemistry whatsoever in 9 weeks, it ain't going to happen. Does New Orleans just clearly, of course, still had everything, and that's why they just lit it up. I mean, it was like Vermillion tossing on Firelands in the 8th grade and going 68.
Well, and let's not forget too, Carolina's screwed too because they just lost their star defensive end or whatever, Derek Brown, for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And everybody's just like, holy cow, Derek, all right, all this and that, and I'm going, nah, it's week 1. Wait until he's got to play Dallas next week.
Yeah,
you're gonna get your reality check next week. Saints fans, calm down. You had a really beat up team basically on Carolina, and you beat them up, and it's just like, well, guess what?
a rookie head coach, mind you.
Yeah, give it about that the next time you play them in about 6-7 weeks, and they've got a little bit more footing underneath them,
and they'll be at home this time.
I'm not counting out Carolina on anything just yet. It's going to take a little bit more time on the gelling, by about week 7 or 8, they'll have a rhythm going by then. And yeah, unfortunately, it's going to take that long, but guess what? It'll take that long.
And please, for the love of God, interview that Laguerre dude or whatever as much as possible. Have you not heard that man talk?
No.
Oh yeah, he's Southern as Southern gets. Let me tell you.
Harbaugh. I'm anxious in on this because I got to see the start of this game too. Whew, was not pretty. It was like everybody was coming out of, hey, we haven't played squat for preseason. It showed. But then once the game kind of got into a good rhythm and a good flow, hey, look at that. I mean, I was shocked. I went, J.K. Dobbins scored a touchdown? What the
And
heck?
had what, $135?
On 10 carries.
Yeah. I was like, well, hello. Look at this. One Harbaugh brother gives up not one, but 2 running backs to the other Harbaugh brother. And hey, not too shabby.
Well, what did I say weeks ago about the Chargers? Well, first of all, we all know Herbert had a foot problem late in training camp. Not 100% from that still. It shows.
Yep.
But if you take out Herbert's run, the Chargers ran the ball 23 times and passed it 26.
Very balanced. And that's Harbaugh. That's Jim. Yep. That's Jim.
He is
all day.
It's okay to know that Herbert could go 45 passes and complete 33 of them and throw for a lot of yards, but you need that balance somewhere. And Harbaugh is going to establish that, and he's already established it through 1 week.
And Mr. McConkey didn't do too bad on his debut either.
He did
Big
not.
fan of that. Big fan of that kid.
5 out of 7, not too bad.
Chargers defense forced some turnovers. Sacks, they look pretty decent. Granted, against Gardner Minshew, but
the Raiders kept running, and I thought that was where they were strongest at.
Well, yeah.
Was Zamir White. White was getting through, and I was just like, man, I said, if that line could just work the blocking and the pulling a little bit better, that line would have been really solid at letting Zamir White get a lot more. Because, I mean, 44 yards on 13 carries, for the way that you watched him run, you could have swore he was getting a good 5-6 yards a carry. But it was sad to see that it wasn't the case. But, I mean, he was literally, it's like, boy, if he could just reach that second level, and that line just wouldn't get it to him, just would not give him the holes. I was very disappointed, but I said, man, White's going to get there. And, you know, if the Raiders basically get their act together on it, I mean, that's not going to be a bad offensive line to run behind. But they really need, I hope that they sit down and watch the film and they figure that out, because White was really solid.
Yeah, he was.
And Alexander Madison is Alexander Madison. He is who we thought he was.
Right.
Just a serviceable backup.
Dalvin Cook's understudy.
Just a serviceable backup. Doug Peterson issues. He doesn't wear a flipping hat. Get rid of the visors and keep the thoughts in your head.
He's got to protect that pretty head of hair, man.
Wow.
Oh, look, not many coaches got a prettier head of hair than WP. I always love WP. It's just look, as an Eagle fan, I hate to say what I said about him earlier. I hate to say it, but Doug has been. It hasn't been a great coaching run since 2017 and that Super Bowl, especially when he lost Frank Reich. 2018, it was rough. The biggest reason he lost his job here, he wanted to promote Press Taylor to offensive coordinator. Press Taylor wasn't good at the job he had on the staff currently, and he was going to promote him. The problem was the Eagles wanted to bring in an offensive coordinator that would call plays. Doug didn't want to give it up, even though that offense was staler than a 3-week-old potato chip. And he was stubborn. And again, George, I've told you this. Nick Sirianni took the job Doug would not.
Yeah.
Doug would never have allowed a Kellen Moore on his team because it wouldn't have been his offense anymore, and he didn't want that. Nick doesn't care.
And Peterson, I'm pretty sure was he's on that jersey list for the Browns quarterbacks.
I think he was our starter in '99, so pretty sure.
Well, the 49ers are on the move again. They got a 51-yarder out of Moody. That's 2 big field goals.
Okay,
Take
can you
those
knock
points?
that off? I'm trying to win a fantasy matchup here.
51-yarder on the last one, 46 on the other. And they're driving right now. They're down to the Jets 30.
Yeah, but I think they just ruined. I had damn kid for whatever reason. She knows I'm outside now. She won't shut the hell up. She needs to be in bed. It's way past her
I was
bedtime.
going to say it's 9 o'clock, man.
But yeah, they just took away a big run from. I had to pick up in one of my
Mason,
leagues.
Yep,
I had to pick him up and he had the big run, and they got called back. I'm like, oh, figures.
Yeah,
Kid looks impressive though.
well, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little Deebo Samuel rushing out of this ordeal.
I think I've seen a few already.
Yeah, Deebo's 4 for 10. Not really knocking it out of the park, but yep, that's exactly what I thought we would see.
Yeah, but you're still seeing it. You knew you were going to.
Yep. Deebo's been targeted 4 times, no catches.
Well, Sauce has been on him most of the game so far, and Sauce has been holding his own.
Ooh.
Juan Jennings.
Yep. Jennings for 22 yards.
Oh, shit. I ain't going to say nothing because I'm ahead of you. Oh, shit again.
I'll take it.
There's Bruiser. Wait a minute.
What in the world?
Yeah.
The senior Brock Lesnar made his debut.
Yes, here I am.
Touchdown nullified. Oh, Mason for the touchdown, but it penalized. Deebo holding. Oh, no. No touchdown for Mason. Oh, epic fail.
I mean, okay, I guess. George, go watch back the replay of the hold. It's got to come up. I mean, okay, I guess. I've seen way worse.
I was going to say, I'm sure I've even seen way worse.
I don't know whose offense played worse in week 1, the Eagles or the Browns. The Eagles offense. That Eagles offense looked like hot garbage.
I ain't comment on that.
Bruiser trying to push buttons.
I'm not getting in. I'm not doing that. I scored 34 points. I'm good. Oh, my God. Now they just got – George, I hate to spoil, but they just got Juszczyk for pass interference. Holy crap. The self-inflicted wounds are piling up here.
Oh,
I would like
to. I think
What
we
the hell is that?
tagged everybody.
What is going on right now?
Oh, The game that everybody forgot about because it was played at 4:00, and because there was a big national 425 game, the other 4:00 game that got totally ignored by almost everybody.
Broncos and Seahawks.
Yeah,
Totally forgot about that game.
yeah, that was where Debo or DK Metcalf almost got nothing the whole game because he was blanketed himself.
Kenneth Walker
the
got me
Seahawks-
some points, and then he got injured.
Yeah, he got, but he'll be okay.
Okay, I didn't see any more reports. I was just curious.
Yeah, he's okay. But Bo Nix wasn't too bad. Bo Nix was solid. I mean, for a week one, and playing up in Seattle, not too shabby. He did all right. It was average.
Did Denver do something with? Was their helmets like a matte instead of the shine?
A little bit there.
It's like a dull blue.
Yeah, it dulled it out a little bit. I mean, like it wasn't as nothing super fancy like the Giants.
Come on, give it to Mason.
Hey, can we go back to that Saturday slate of games?
No, we're not talking about that today. I wish you would have played us last year, because this team this year is awful.
They're in a transition. I mean, I know they're still in the AP top 25, but I mean, look, you lost JJ, you lost
We lost
Jim
a lot.
Harbaugh.
18 guys.
Exactly.
18 guys
You
and
lost a
6
lot.
coaches.
I still think that Texas beats Michigan if they play at the end of the year last year.
No, not if you not.
You're
You
at
saw what we did to
hell no.
Washington.
They play them in the national championship game. I think Texas beats Washington. I think Texas beats.
You struggled against Washington, and we annihilated them.
We struggled against Washington for reasons that were inexplicable.
Of course, they didn't give it to Mason. Bastards.
So Texas is sitting at 2. Why is Texas not sitting at 1?
Because Georgia.
Because Georgia.
No, Georgia
Georgia's-
actually, but Georgia actually let 3 points get scored on them.
We
Ohio
let 12.
State was 0.
We let
Texas-
12 get.
Right, but it was 31-12 against a ranked top 10 team. So
It was
what the
30.
hell?
Let's be fair. It was 31-6 for a very long time, and then at the end we were like, "Here you go." Since we've seen the end zone all day, you can see it now.
Yeah, that's a bunch of crap. I fully expected to see Texas at 1. I'm
Texas
very
at
disappointed.
I am perfectly okay with Texas at number 2. However,
I think they should have been at 1.
Listen, I'm the more realistic out of this, and I'm a fan of them.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying they played a top-ranked team. Tennessee Tech isn't squat, and Georgia let them get a field goal.
Jumping Ohio State and getting to number 2 is fine. However,
I'm not bashful about it either. I'm just
what
saying I thought they should be at 1.
No, because I will say this. If Ohio State or if Texas beats Oklahoma handily and they are not at number 1 after beating Oklahoma, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Let's see what they do for the next 3 weeks, because the Oklahoma game is October 5th. If you can get through that game unscathed and you beat Oklahoma in the Red River Shootout handily, you should be number 1.
The problem with that is you guys are probably going to lose that game because you have Georgia next week after that. So what about it? Could be looking like a trap game for looking ahead.
No, because usually it's like Kansas State the week after.
No,
Oklahoma.
10-12 you have Oklahoma. 10-19 you have Georgia.
I'm saying no to the trap game thing, Adam.
I mean, that's a lot that's a lot back-to-back weeks.
You beat Oklahoma and you beat Georgia. There should be no question that you are the number 1 team in the country. Now,
No arguments there.
Now, I don't think they're beating Georgia. Are they at Georgia? Or is Georgia
Texas.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Never mind. You're gonna bring that stupid little bulldog in by that 1,400-pound steer, and we all know what happened last time.
No.
I know it's early. It's a month early, but as of right now, Georgia is a 2.5-point favorite.
Well, here and I'm looking at the rankings too. Oregon beats Boise State 37-34, drops 2 spots, drops below Penn State. Really? After Penn State was literally going to get almost beat.
I was going to get into that. That Penn State is extremely, and let me say this again, extremely lucky that a lot of top 25 teams played either A like shit, worse than them, or lost. Because Penn State
always plays like garbage in the first 4 weeks of the season. Always.
yes, that is usually true. But they're lucky this week because they were 32-point favorites going into that game Saturday. Bowling Green, I knew something was going to go wrong because I was at the game. The first play, Bowling Green got 30 yards. I'm like, okay, this is how this is going to be. And
Bowling Green is like the favorite team that Big Ten teams pick to come play them. Because they will play difficult, but not too difficult. But every once in a while, Bowling Green can rip one off. And that happened Saturday. I wouldn't be too worried.
Well, no. But the thing with that really got me, too, was the quarterback for Bowling Green, Tom Allen, our new defensive coordinator, he coached him in Indiana. And he was taking apart his defense in that whole first half. But this is what I'm getting at. The only reason I said Penn State should have dropped down to at least 10 to 12 because of that performance. The problem is so many other teams decide to either play like shit against lower competition or lose. Hi, Notre Dame. But that's the only reason Penn State is still at 8 because other teams lost or played worse to their competition.
I think we get a little overzealous with how far teams should go up or go down.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, you played a very game MAC team who is usually Bowling Green is always in a bowl game. Always.
Yeah.
They're usually an 8 to 9 win, sometimes a 10-win team. They're pretty good in the MAC, and they play the Big Ten teams hard. So the fact that you had a tough game against them doesn't surprise me. I don't think we need to overreact and say that Penn State should be 12. No, they shouldn't. They're still one of the top 3 teams in the Big Ten. Michigan dropping from 9 to 12. Yeah, 2 to 3 was
9 to 17.
7. No,
should have dropped that right there. It's 17.
What I'm saying is, no, they should not have dropped that far.
We should be unranked.
No, you shouldn't.
We're awful.
No, stop. No. Stop.
It's still early.
You lost to the number 3 team in the country.
And almost lost to an unranked Fresno State the week before.
And you lost to unranked Appy State when they were a D1A school.
Thanks for bringing that up.
They also lost to Toledo.
What I'm saying is shit happens. It's college football. That's the reason I love college football is the weird stuff always happens.
Yep.
And so Michigan would, by the time they get to the Ohio State game, if they don't drop anymore, probably going to be a top 10 school, probably in the 5 to 7 range.
Hey, at least it didn't fall as hard as Notre Dame did.
They fall out of the top 25.
Nope, they're sitting right there at 18, right
Oh,
behind.
good Lord.
Yeah, they
When you look at
somehow they're still ranked.
scroll back up.
Somehow they're still ranked. They're right there. They dropped 13 spots.
Scroll back up so that I can see the full top 10. So
Let's get the fat man out.
Texas is going to play Oklahoma at some point. Oklahoma's a top 25 team right now. Texas plays Georgia the week after. You're going to have a shakeup there. Tennessee's still got to play Bama, and Tennessee's going to play Georgia. Georgia's still going to play Florida in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party at some point. There is plenty of room for Michigan, Penn State, and others who faltered in week 2 to get right back up into the mix of the top 12 and stay there. I think right now, looking at that top 12, 6 of those teams will still be there at the end of the year.
Well, Ohio State will because they ain't playing nobody.
Nope. No, they play Oregon. So
but that way Oregon's played.
Yeah, but the Oregon hasn't played well either. So
they still got to play Oregon. They still got to play Penn State, and they still got to play Michigan.
You got to play Iowa too, but Iowa just lost.
Hey, Iowa scores touchdowns.
Iowa State.
Iowa's scoring touchdowns with their receivers now. So
I take that back. Ohio State actually has to play Nebraska too, and Nebraska looks like they might be onto something with that freshman quarterback.
Again, you
have to play the games. You can't just look at it on paper. That's what I always tell our guys. It doesn't matter what it looks like on paper or on film. They're going to put a team out there. We're putting a team out there. You have to play the game.
Your Big Ten champion is going to have 1 or 2 losses.
Oh, absolutely.
Your SEC champion is going to have 1 or 2 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody goes undefeated.
No. I could see somebody in the Big 12 doing it.
Who?
Probably like a Kansas or
Kansas just lost to Illinois.
But someone who's usually bottom of the barrel there that doesn't have to contend with Oklahoma. I think Oak State's still undefeated.
Yeah, they just snuck one. It was 39-31. Kansas State only won 34-27. Utah was 23-12.
You're going to get a team from the Big 12 that now that Texas and Oklahoma aren't there, that'll sneak out of there probably undefeated. I'm not saying that they're going to be any good. I'm just saying that they will. But the days of the top 4 being undefeated and these are the 4 best teams, those are gone.
Oh, I agree. Yep, totally. 100%. The Power 5 became the Power 4, and yeah, it's on.
I don't even think it's the Power 5 anymore. I think it's
they said it's
college
now the
football.
Power 4. They flat out said it's now just the Power 4.
I don't even think it's the Power 4. I think it's just college football now. Because what you're going to get, it's not going to be this year. But there will be a year in the near future with the NIL and the transfer portal and talent and teams chasing talent and all that stuff that you're going to get a team like Akron U or Ball State or Western Michigan that just hits on something right and blows through their schedule and wins their conference and ends up in the playoffs and somehow gets deep. It's going to happen. I think the days of the big powerful conferences are over because with that transfer portal, I said it on here last year and the year before. The SEC was in an arms race with themselves, and they stocked up on all this talent. And then the transfer portal came, and then all that talent started moving around and going to different schools. And now,
Oh, it's just like when free agency hit pro football.
yep,
Holy cow, you had everybody bailing, and it's like taking a deck of cards, shuffle up, deal them out to new people.
yep, you've leveled the playing field, and I think that probably within the next decade, you'll see college football become even more of a level playing field where we go into more of geographic divisions than we do with USC being in a Midwest conference.
Yeah.
So I look as a Texas fan, and I said it Saturday afternoon in our chat when there were Ohio State fans gloating. What do they have to gloat about? They didn't win. I'm not saying you, George. I'm saying others.
Yeah, I know, and that's what bothers the hell out of me too, is because it's like Clint and I sit there and it's just like, man, I'm like, we're the ones who are using the brains and not talking out of our butts, because it's just like we understand how the game, what happens and who's doing what, and everybody else is just wanting to just it's like, no.
If anybody in this group had the privilege of talking trash Saturday afternoon, it was me, because the team I root for won. And I didn't say jack all and nothing.
Nope, you didn't.
Because I felt bad for my friends, because I've been on the other end of that.
It's just a shitty weekend of football. I didn't watch the whole game on Saturday, and I turned off the game after it was 14-3 yesterday.
I didn't watch any of the game yesterday. I watched SVP last night on the highlights.
So basically, all I can say is this weekend is fuck Texas, literally.
Hey!
No, Cowboys, Longhorns. That was my weekend.
Hey! I understand.
No, but I thought it was funny how as soon as, like, I told everybody, and my buddy Ryan will back me up, is that we were going to get. I don't know if I used the words blown out. I said, but it's going to be ugly on all week leading up to the game. And then the minute the game's going on, all my Ohio State friends are all running their mouths. And then the one that got me was the one where it's like, thank you, Quinn Ewers. I'm like, that is so cute that you guys live vicariously through former Ohio State quarterbacks, because your quarterbacks can't get the job done. Maybe that'll happen this year.
Well, so if we want to talk about that game for a minute, that first touchdown that got called back on the offensive holding. I was amazed at how efficiently Texas moved past Michigan on third down, because they were
just in time.
I think they were like 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on that first drive.
3 for 3.
Down. And I was just amazed at how efficiently they moved on third down. And then the touchdown got called back, and we didn't end up scoring. Or that was when they kicked the field. I think they kicked the field goal. But then you move through that game, and it was almost like Michigan didn't have an answer for, and I think I said it in our chat, Texas might be an SEC team now, but that's still a Big 12 style offense, and I just don't think Michigan had an answer for it.
They didn't have an answer for anything. Offense, defense, anything. That was on the coaching staff to be that unprepared, just like Stefanski was yesterday.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm here.
Hey,
Hey,
I would not have popped in if I realized we were in the Michigan discussion still.
we just kind of started it because I just got here too.
Right. It's just my 2 cents. Number one, first and foremost, hey guys, Texas is a top 5 team.
Top
They're
3.
there. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't. It's week 2. I haven't seen everybody yet, but yes, they're a top 5 team. I mean, top 3, probably. Michigan is not. I think I heard it best today. Just talking about Michigan is number one. Defense lost some pieces, and they were struggling with that offense, which I think everybody's going to struggle with that offense. Number 2, as far as the offense goes, they need to find an identity, which means they need to figure out what they're good at, and that's not going to be easy.
You were pretty good running the ball outside.
I think they're going to go to, what we saw last year, Michigan versus Penn State. I think that's what they're going to go to, because you don't have a quarterback you can trust to throw the ball. So you are going to run 28 out of 32 plays.
We might have one coming. We might have one coming back. Tuttle's apparently healthy and been throwing.
Well, I mean, I'm glad somebody's been throwing, because I don't think either of the 2 starters have been.
Well, the problem is I don't like the idea that you don't bring in Orge until it's 3rd down and 3. You know exactly what you're going to do.
Yes,
Texas knew exactly what you're going to do.
If he can't throw the ball, there is no point in trying to sneak him in there and run a play, because you're not fooling anybody.
No.
So, but it's like I said, with his athletic ability and his size, if he could hit the broadside of a barn with a pass, he would have started.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my!
Well, I will say this. I will say this in defense of Michigan. Quinn Ewers is what, like 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in there, and he could barely throw over the road graders that they have up front. 78 and 75 are massive human beings.
Yeah. I mean, our defense is a strength. I mean, there's very much a strength. It's just whether we maybe we had a bad day, maybe we didn't, and maybe Texas just is that good, and they could very well be. But either way,
Texas under Sarkisian has had moments where they've been embarrassed. Like the one year where they went into the Oklahoma game, Oklahoma was unranked. I think Texas was like 4th, and then they lost and got blown out. And then they came back with a vengeance. Last year against Washington.
Squirrel.
Yeah. No, they were talking about Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau because I'm watching Raw.
Gotcha.
But they were they lost to Washington last year in the playoffs, and then they came out this year and they're angry again. So like
and I'm glad you brought that up, because Schrods brought it up first, and then I had to screenshot it because literally me and Schrods were thinking it at the same time in Zolt's chat, and we both said this Texas team reminds us a lot of last year's Michigan team.
Yeah. They're angry. They got embarrassed and they're angry.
Same thing happened to Michigan the year before. They got beat by TCU in the playoffs, came out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that chip on the shoulder. That's exactly what Michigan had going into last season. And look what happened.
And Bruiser, you brought up the past. They have demons that they're trying to exorcise.
Yes.
So that's entirely what this season is all about. And that's enough to get you there.
The Oklahoma loss last year is a big one.
Yeah.
Which I can see them putting a hurt on Oklahoma in October.
Booty's money. 3 for 3. Sorry. He just kicked another one.
The thing
not helping me at all.
The thing, because they play Oklahoma and then they play Georgia, and that's two very tough back-to-back weeks. Two very, very tough back-to-back weeks. But
It's pretty much a national championship picture that week with Georgia.
If you beat Georgia in Texas in your opening foray in the SEC, then you are the number one team in the country. And even if you lose to Georgia, let's say the final score is like 37-28 or 37-30, something 10 points or less. I don't think Texas falls out of the top 5.
No, I could see it.
No.
Yeah, right. I mean, they're where they should be right now, and they're playing like it. So
I know nobody else watched it, but I did yesterday. Can we real quick reference that hellacious wreck that Larson was in? I know I put the video footage up in our group chat, but that car snapped right on him with nobody around him and pounded the wall.
They say what happened, like what caused it.
He doesn't know. If you watch the video footage of it, he's running third going into two, and it just snaps hard to the right and pounds the outside wall. And then as he's coming down, Chase Briscoe piles in and hits him in the rear and just destroys both cars.
Yeah, I watched the video after you shared it. Like you said, it was weird how it just snapped like it did.
Good night, bub. Love you, sir.
I got a non-sports related question. Adam, how freaking long has your screen name been that?
What, the F Sam? Since I came in.
How the hell did I not notice that?
Because it's in small fine print. You didn't put on your bifocals.
hard. It's hard to see with the round table we got going here.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, and we're gonna get an Ohtani 50-50 this week, probably.
Probably. Just incredible things that guy does. I mean, just incredible.
He should get more coverage than he is.
Agreed.
Who's that?
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? 50 home runs, 50 doubles?
Stolen bases.
Or the
Stolen bases.
Stolen bases.
There's never been a 50-50.
And
Look.
It's September. It's early September.
He's going to get it.
He's at 46 or 47 home runs now. I think he hit one for every game they played against the Guardians.
I mean, it was. He's amazing. Watching him play is amazing to watch. Check the back row. I watching him bat is like watching Ichiro Suzuki when Suzuki was in his prime. He just sees the field on a whole different level than everybody else does.
It's just amazing what we saw last year, pitching and batting. Just things we've never seen in our lifetime. And now, oh, by the way, he got hurt. So, we're going to step off the pitching for a year. It's like, oh, so it's going to be a down year.
Look in the back
The hell it is.
Yeah, right.
He's just going to focus entirely on hitting.
He may never go back to pitching again.
I don't think he has to. I mean,
Do you
The
hear
Dodgers
the
have
idiots?
paid. The Dodgers
ahead,
have
Boozer,
paid
go
him
ahead.
handsomely. I'm sure he won a lot of money off those bets that he put, and then his manager took the scapegoat.
You mean Connor? Was his name Connor?
Wow.
I'm waiting
No,
for
his
the
name was
Netflix
Jameis.
documentary.
Shut up. Boot Sam, please.
And now wait, you know what I really find hilarious are the idiots that come out and say that he's not the National League MVP.
Who's better than him right now?
Oh no, apparently it's going to be Francisco Lindor because he plays in the field.
Oh, whatever.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is Ohtani just DHing?
Yes.
Oh, I
He's
thought
never he's never really played a position since coming over to Major League Baseball. He's always DH or pitcher.
Oh, Adam, how many points has McCaffrey gotten for you tonight? I mean, I know he's on the 49ers.
Yeah, you're a little late for that joke.
I'm still going to beat Sean with the backup.
Listen, I got the eye roll and the sigh. That's all I wanted.
Keep it up. Karma's going to hit real hard when it hits Texas.
Hey, surprise news of the day is, Rodgers has made it through the first half. So,
Oh, I made the surprise breaking news. Rodgers made it to the 8th play of the game.
there you go.
I was there.
Comeback player of the
I
year
was on it.
confirmed.
Who gets the ball at the half?
I forget.
The 49ers do.
No, damn.
Oh
never mind.
boy.
I want to talk about another Michigan team real quick.
We have
Because
another Michigan team?
in OT last night, that was old school power football.
You mean that right behind me there?
The Rams knew what was coming and couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Thank you, David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald was sitting at home going, can't watch
Watching Montgomery break off 13 and 19 and just slice into the secondary, just going right between the tackles. That was impressive to watch.
And I think it's also, I'm safely saying that the Lions easily have the best offensive line in football.
Yeah.
That off. And look, this is coming from somebody who, in my opinion, we've had the best offensive line in football for years. Now, the Eagles still have a good one, even with Kelsey retiring and some other moving parts, but that Lions line is just ridiculous. I mean, Sewell and Decker on your tackles are ridiculous. Oh, you add Kevin Zeitler, who's just nothing but a great veteran pickup, and they got Glasnow and Ragnow. They just run. Now, granted, the Rams' defensive front, of course, you get weaker when a first ballot Hall of Famer retires, but they were just mauling that Rams front all night.
Yep.
And not to downplay the Rams. I mean, the Rams are a playoff team.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it was a good game. It was a week 1, so neither team is where it wants to be yet.
The Rams are a playoff team. The Lions are a Super Bowl team.
Agreed.
On wood.
Agreed, 100%. And Zol,
that-
let me ask you.
Sorry,
Go
Sam.
ahead, Bruiser.
Because what happened in overtime last night is what separates the wheat from the chaff.
Yep.
2 years ago, the Lions lose that game. Last year it's a 50-50 game. This year they're like, nope, it's ours.
We won the coin flip. We took the ball and we said we're not letting you have it. So
biting kneecaps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't choose to take the wind. We didn't, we didn't do any of the million things we've done wrong before.
Now, can this team win on Thanksgiving, though?
Yes.
On Thanksgiving?
Yes.
I don't even know who the hell do we play on Thanksgiving this year?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Bold guess.
The Bills, wasn't it? Or was that last year?
That was last year, I think.
It was last year.
Hang on. I get it.
Okay.
Cardinals.
Is it?
Oh
No.
God, shit, man! They give the Bills a run for their money.
I was gonna say we don't do so good with the running quarterbacks.
You know why the Bills
The
did?
Bears.
Oh, the Bears.
I
Oh,
was gonna
thank
say
you.
the Bears
Come
too.
on,
You get the
come to
Bears.
town. Let's go. Welcome.
You know, and this will feed into Zolt. Zolt will know what I'm talking about here. The reason the Cardinals played the Bills so tough yesterday is because the Bills are my survivor lock for the week.
Yes, absolutely. That as soon as you did that, they were all
Right.
in.
I look the Bears and again, I didn't watch any football yesterday aside from the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter of the night game and then overtime. But from what I saw on the highlights on SVP, the Bears didn't look that terrible.
Defensively.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to watch the game. It was
It,
was
It was
ugly.
their defense. It was their
let's
defense.
just
Their
say
defense did fine.
Defense did
Oh, yeah,
fine. The
they were
offense
fine.
was like, oh, the defense was okay. The
Yeah.
offense was just, my God.
well, you
the
have a
Lions,
defense-
the Lions defense, fantasy wise, start them on Thanksgiving Day because they're going to outscore everybody.
Hey, when the Bears defense gets you 25 or 24 points in Zolt's league, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and let's just say
Right?
DJ Moore fantasy owners are unhappy.
Oh yeah.
That is me. I am DJ
Hey.
Moore fantasy owner.
Not
Hey, the
that,
Steelers won without scoring a touchdown yesterday.
yeah,
So
the hell with it.
They did. The Falcons lost to Chris Boswell. Who we shit?
By the way, not that, maybe I misread it when I was seeing it. Did Keenan Allen get hurt again yesterday?
No, he just
No,
played
he
like
didn't.
No.
So he was questionable heading into the game.
Well, I
Yeah.
know, like at one point when he was running for that, it was like an overthrown ball. I thought I saw him come up, kind of like grabbing the hammy again. I'm like, oh, here we go, starting in week 1.
dude.
Well,
that's
no,
muscle, that's muscle memory at this point.
Oh, okay.
Well, ironically, not ironically, but Adunze got hurt. He
Yeah, I saw
sprained his
that.
MCL. And I saw like 3 comments saying, tell Keenan Allen to stay the hell away from everybody, all his teammates. He's just rubbing off the mojo at this point.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is. I love it. I think Adunze is going to be really good.
Yeah, I got nothing on Keenan Allen yet. So
Okay.
His hamstring hasn't arrived yet, right? It's week 7.
Right.
About 6 more weeks. Then he'll have
that.
one of those like 150-yard games. Then it'll be strained for 6 months.
Yeah.
Love Keenan now, dude. Can't stay healthy.
All right. Where is. No, I don't want that. Come on. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Come on.
I know it's in small print, but nobody's commented on my sub headline.
didn't know the Giants were a MILF.
Oh my
Did you
God.
see what Sam Darnold did to him?
No.
Yeah, lit them up.
Yeah, lit them right on up. It was the Viking show, 28-6.
He was exercising all his old MetLife demons from his death day.
Speaking of football, did you guys see
I
who the
feel
new
so
comment?
appreciated that.
Did you guys
Sorry.
see who the new commentator on Raw is?
Yeah, Joe Tessitore.
Yeah,
I saw that announcement a couple of weeks ago.
me too.
I didn't get to watch last week. Well, I take it back. I was asleep last week.
Did anybody catch Pat McAfee Saturday when he got the Michigan crowd started with the F Ohio chants?
How about Lee Corso saying F it on national television and pulling out the Texas head?
I didn't catch that. I know he did that again. That man's a national treasure. You can't let him go.
So I know that Josh Allen's hand is okay. He's supposed to still play Thursday
he's playing
at
Thursday.
Miami.
See
Right
that
now.
I think both Miami running backs are on the injury report for this
They're
week.
both okay. So A-Chain was an estimated non-participant. They didn't actually do a practice. It was just day
Like a
off.
walk.
But
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me?
he would have missed practice.
Because I
Hang on a
moved
second.
it earlier and it broke.
With an
Mostert.
ankle.
Do you
Sorry.
know where you got it from?
Mostert has a chest injury.
You did fart in here.
Also would have been a non-participant. So once we actually have a real practice tomorrow, we'll probably know a bit more.
I tell you what, that chain kid he's pretty nasty.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. I'm having a great start.
Do you know like maybe Jordan or something?
Mhm.
Hey, I mean, at least your guys suit up for the game.
Yeah. Karma.
Yeah, try
I
your.
told you.
Uh,
Mason
the
doesn't
number
seem
one
like he's doing too bad though.
He's doing okay. Not what I needed, but you know.
Right. But it's better than a big fat
No.
goose egg.
If the 49ers defense could like pull off some turnovers and
Mhm.
you know,
That'd be
maybe
nice.
score,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
That'd be great.
I'm up against this guy named Akers. It would be really, really nice. So
Oh.
I
Punch him in
think
the
this is
five hole.
something we can all root for.
Punch him in the 5 hole. Speaking of the 5 hole,
That's what she said.
so my wife and I's 20th wedding anniversary is coming up in a couple weeks. And we're going to have a little getaway, and we're going to go to Pittsburgh to see the Penguins play the Blue Jackets in the final preseason game.
Not bad. I still gotta go to a hockey game. I was like National Hockey League. I went to the Michigan Ohio State one at Brown Stadium. That was cool.
I think Pittsburgh plays Tampa Bay in Pittsburgh this year. Maybe we should try to take a road trip.
How bad are the tickets is the biggest thing. I know they got to be expensive. Okay, I take that back. I know when I had asked Zolt about coming up to seeing a game, Tampa played Detroit, he goes, don't even think about it. Tickets are outrageous up here.
They're like for like the upper cheap seats, they're about $60.
Where's the offset?
I know for the preseason game, we're sitting down low, and they're normally like $200 tickets, and I think I got them for $64 a piece.
Yeah, it's still you get to sit up close and you get to watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know that Doug's is on is coming up. Mine is on the 22nd, which also happens to be the same exact day as my dad's celebration of life. So at least my dad will not miss it.
That's gonna be rough though.
My stepmom, when she found out, she was just like, I am so sorry. I said, listen, you got the hall when you could get the hall. I said, it's fine. I'm totally fine with it. And I even joked with her. I even said, at least Dad's not going to miss it. And my stepmom did laugh at it. I was just like, see? I said, there you go. I said, it's okay. I said, it's totally okay. Trust me. It's all right.
Ours is October 1st.
They were hit by a car. Right.
Is she reminding you of something else?
Like, I'm ready to cry.
All right, let's do some picks.
Yep.
I want to see how
I
bad I
will
did
pick
last
the
week.
exact opposite of Adam because he has bad luck on everything.
No, I'm not. I think I did pretty good last week.
And let's see who's. Cheese is. Yep. 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 Yep.
My favorite part of the show every week is when George actually does the scoring while we're waiting to see it.
No, I'm trying to. I didn't even do that. I'm just trying to get the new this week's schedule.
Hey,
I'm
we
not
should just,
involved in
together.
this, so
we just got to be
I'm gonna go
thankful
hang
that
out
our
with my wife.
we just got to be thankful that we have him. Our rosters were available for this week for the start of the football season.
This
Yeah,
is
I
true.
was. What
Yeah,
I'm like, what in the blue hell was going on with NFL.com and their freaking insanity of blocking people out or kicking people out and making them
cluster.
re-log in? And
It's
I'm
because
like,
they
what?
hate you, George.
But it's never happened before, so it was just like, okay, this is odd.
I mean, I've had the occasional weird thing happen. Usually, if I'm checking it like midweek, it'll be like, what is going on? All right, I'll check back in an hour. It'll be fine. But yesterday was just a total cluster the entire day.
Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly.
Kind of like the Browns game.
I don't know about that ugly. Well, yeah, okay, it was that ugly. Yeah, it was. Yep. All right. Buffalo at Miami.
Okay,
Mr.
all right,
Zolt.
hang
Hold
on,
on, how did we all do last week? We didn't
Yeah,
even
how
see
did
that
we
part.
do?
I have no idea.
Bye, Bruiser.
Yeah, sorry, Bruiser.
Okay, but before we get into the whole thing, so just some numbers real quick here in general. Your biggest spread is 9.5 for the week. There's one game that's 9.5. Most of them are pretty close. Your over-under totals. You have 3 games that are below 40 points.
Ew.
And you have 3 games that are 50 or above.
Okay,
So-
I know one of the 50.
So proceed.
I know one of the 50.
Yeah, let's jump into one of them.
All right. So Buffalo at Miami Thursday night, first and foremost.
Okay, Miami's
What are we
favored by
looking at
1.5.
for numbers?
Miami's favored by 1.5. Your total is 50. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, give me the fish just because I saw how Buffalo played at home. It wasn't great. It was good enough, I suppose, but we'll see how they do on the road.
Yeah,
But definitely give me the fish.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Because Buffalo, that was ugly. I think that was seriously ugly. Bruiser, what would you like?
Bruiser's not here anymore.
Whoops. Damn.
Bruiser has vacated the building.
He just said, nope, I'm out. Holy crap. All right, Sam. Well, you're a guest. If you had to pick, what you thinking?
I'm going with the Bills.
Okay.
As ugly as that game was against Arizona, Josh Allen still played incredibly well, in my opinion. He had 4 total touchdowns. I thought he played a very well-around game for a guy who lost basically every wide receiver on his team last year. So I think he did pretty well for that. And the Dolphins offensively, they didn't play that great. I mean, they only scored 20. So I'm going to take my chances. I'll go with Josh Allen and the Bills this week.
Okay. Adam?
Not taking the Bills because Sam took them, so give me the fish.
Oh, wow. He just said, I'm just going opposite. Yeah. He's like, all right, whatever.
Mason with the touchdown.
Oh, my God.
I still don't have a shot.
23-7. I think that's oof.
The butt whooping. New Orleans at Dallas. Which team actually will have a defense that shows up?
I think Dallas will. So Cowboys are favored by 6.5. Your number is 45.5. Cowboys all day.
Yeah.
I mean, the Saints, yeah, they put up great numbers last week. Okay,
It was
now you're
Carolina.
actually playing. Yeah, now you're
You
playing.
can't play the
somebody.
Panthers every week.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not too crazy about the running. I mean, it was against Cleveland's defense. I get it, but that running game made me nervous. To tell you the truth, it made me really, really nervous.
Derek Carr may have the reverse 3 this week. 3 touchdowns last week, may throw 3 picks this week.
Oh, it's like Jameis Winston would.
Yeah, I was going to say, and usually Dallas was pooping the bed at home. I don't know.
You walked into that one.
Yeah.
No, your team walked into that one by signing it. Don't look at me.
Because you opened
have a
your
lot.
mouth. He was not even on our radar until Sam Nelson said the Browns are going to sign Jameis Winston, and then boom, it happened.
All I was saying was there was a report that they were in talks with him. That's one.
And
Don't
damn
blame
it.
the reporter,
Yeah.
not me.
All right, Adam, who do you want?
This is the one time we're going to kill the messenger. Give me the we them boys.
Oh, God, don't say that while I'm on the damn show. I hate them.
All right. Baker Mayfield goes to Detroit. Anybody want Tampa?
No. I'm not going to, because wait, correct me if I'm wrong. They did play last year in the postseason. Am I right, Bill? Didn't they play Tampa in the divisional round?
No, they played.
No,
No,
well,
we played the Rams.
yeah, they played the Rams.
Oh, yeah, you played the Rams.
Was
Okay.
I thought it could have
Why
sworn
was
they
I thinking
played.
you played Tampa? Who did Tampa play?
49ers. They played the 49ers and
Oh,
lost.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I was thinking of then. Give me the line.
Okay. This one's going to be fun.
Oh, by the way,
Indy-
that was your top over under for the week at 51.
Yeah. Ooh.
Check
Okay.
out. Start everybody.
Indy at Green Bay. Not quite the same game for
I
the
know
next
who I'm
couple
taking.
weeks. Not quite the same game over the next couple weeks that we would anticipate.
And boy, is that a shame.
Yeah, you're just so heartbroken.
Well, as for a few of us who actually had Jordan Love, and thank God he made it to the end of the game. Thank you. Because, man, I was just going to be just beside myself going, damn, that backfired. Okay. Yeah. Anybody want Green Bay?
No.
No Jordan Love equals no win. Give us all
Be
the
fair.
Colts. Hey,
Be fair.
Yeah.
they're a lock.
Ooh. Well, see, I'm no longer in a survivor pool, so it's fine. Anyway, Colt. I mean, Vegas thinks it's going to be a fairly close game. Colts are favored by 3.5. Your number is 41. I'm give me the Colts because Anthony Richardson. I don't know if Green Bay can stop him.
And they're playing Green
And
Bay at a
pretty sure the
it's
Colts
not-
can. Pretty sure the Colts can stop Malik Willis.
Yeah. What you talking about, Willis?
By the way, real quick, I was just curious. You did play Tampa Bay in the playoffs last year.
Did we?
What was it?
You played the Rams in the first round, and you played in the divisional round. You played
Then
Tampa.
we went. Then Tampa Bay.
So the 49ers played.
We were just focused.
Green
on
Bay,
our
wasn't it?
defense
They
at that
played
point.
Green Bay.
They played Green
Because
Bay.
Green Bay-
Dallas.
They mollywopped Dallas up and down Jerry
And then-
World, and I loved every damn second of that.
And then they came out to San Francisco and got beat.
That's fine. It's not the cow. It's the Cowboys got Bears, so I don't give a shit.
The Jets at the Titans.
Give me the Jets. The hell out of here, the Titans.
I'm like, after seeing the Titans play yesterday, ooh.
Take
Yeah.
the tie.
I just don't know. I think the Jets will be smoking this one. 6-point spread, Zolt?
4. Only 4.
4?
Oh,
Jets are favored by 4. The number's 42. I mean, give me the Jets just because they have
Right.
skill. They have skill players, and Tennessee does not.
Right.
So,
Sure they do. They have Pollard.
sure.
Yeah, okay.
They also have DeAndre Hopkins
And Calvin Ridley.
and
And some
they have
quarterback.
some guy who just throws a backhanded lob to whoever the hell.
I just
you
hope
get when you put things in your coffee that don't deserve to be there.
I'm not wishing anything bad on Will Levis, but it would be kind of funny to see Mason Rudolph come in.
Ooh. Oh, that's brutal. Next up, the 49ers at the Vikings.
Oh,
5.5 spread for the 49ers. Your number's 45.5.
CMC should be back.
there was a report came out that he may not be. It's a likely chance he may not be. They are really taking this injury serious. He may not be back next week, they said.
Okay, I'm going to say, regardless of CMC's status, the 49ers are not the Giants in
That
any
is
way,
true.
shape, or form. Give me
This is
San
true.
Francisco all day.
Adam?
Give me the Kittles and bits.
Sam?
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Ooh.
This seems like one of those weird early season trap games. I don't know. I don't know why. It just does.
George thought the same thing
Uh,
last week with the Cardinals and Bills, and he was almost right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I almost guessed the Eagles-Packers score on the nose. Almost.
You
But
did.
some jackwagon quarterback had to fumble the damn ball. I was like,
Well, hey, I got my
man.
offensive player of the game, and I knocked that out of the park.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, I thought that was pretty good to almost guess the freaking score right on the noggin. That was pretty good. That was really good. What I thought would probably be a gimme is going to be actually an interesting. This is kind of sad. The Seahawks could probably play a whole schedule and just be playing up against everybody and just quietly just win. They actually have to go to New England, though. Don't really know what to expect there, but the Seahawks at New England, I'm assuming 1.5.
It's actually 3.5. But
Really?
you have the low number of the week at 38.
Ooh.
And
Ouch.
honestly, if it is that low, if it's really that low, give me the Patriots.
I was going to say the same thing.
A low-scoring game favors New England.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And the travel doesn't help the Seahawks either, going coast to coast.
Sorry, I misspoke. That's not the lowest. There is one lower than that, but second lowest, still 38 points. Have some self-respect.
Right. So, what are you thinking, Zolt? You want the Pats?
Yeah, give me the Pats.
I'm still going to go with the Seahawks.
Because Bryce would kick your butt if you didn't.
No, he was actually, he had a full plate of activities going on, and it was kind of one of the things of, oh yeah, how'd the Seahawks do? I'm like, they had a little bit of a battle with Denver. I'm like, but it was a good game. It was a really good game. I got to watch it on Red Zone. It was a pretty good game. Adam, what would you like?
I'm gonna take the Patriots just because, like I said, that's the whole coast to coast travel doesn't always fare well for the West Coast teams, or vice versa, even. And the Jets are proving that tonight.
Yeah.
Sam, what would you like?
Give me the pass. Again, low scoring game favors them. I said all year long the Patriots were going to be not a great team, but they were going to be a team that was going to be a pain in your ass. The Bengals just proved that. And plus, I don't know what Seattle does well. So, give me the pass.
Next up, the Giants at Washington.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Going back to Seattle real quick. What's the latest on Walker?
No idea.
George said he should be good.
He should be good.
Abdominal injury in the fourth quarter. Nothing new right now, just taking it day by day. So
Yeah, I knew it was just
need
the
to pay
day-to-day
attention to practice.
Well, you've got Charbonnet right there. I don't think that there's much skipping a beat. I am a little surprised. Mr. DJ Dallas turned around and got slid over to Arizona, and I was like, "Hey, looky who scored a touchdown right off the rip!"
Hey.
I was like,
First
"Hey,
kickoff
all
return
right."
touchdown.
Yeah, I was and I told Bryce, I said, "Hey, your buddy turned around and actually got to score a kick return touchdown." I said, "That's kind of nice." Special teams. He's got quite a few of his cards. It's like, hey, he may not have turned out to be a big famous starter, but kid still follows him. So the Giants at Washington.
Is this the lowest scoring game of the week?
I don't think so, because I got to see Jaden Daniels play. Oh my goodness.
Kid's going to be the best quarterback in the league for the rookies, I think.
Okay. Two things with Jane Daniels. Number one, hold on to the football.
Yes.
Number two,
and he did that the second time.
Will you tighten your damn helmet?
Yes.
Because that thing popped off like what, 3 times?
3 times. Yep. 3 times.
You're already gonna get crunched. Don't get yourself killed.
True.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Nope. 100%. But oh my goodness, wow. He definitely put up a good week 1 performance. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Zolt.
I like Washington.
I didn't realize you were playing me in that league. You needed Jordan Mason.
Like I said, it ain't gonna matter.
I just looked at the score and I'm like, oh crap, it's me he's playing.
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact.
How can that happen? See, the biggest CMC fan, you talked all that trash and he didn't get to play today. That's
Yeah. How's he doing for you?
Mason, I'm literally now that I got Mason, I'm 5 points behind Sean. I'm projected to win now.
You know what? Hey, even if CMC's out next week, it gives me an excuse to throw J.K. Dobbins in.
That's true. I picked him up in one of my leagues too, just because how he went off yesterday. But look at the bright side, because you know what's going to happen when we play each other later in the year. That's when CMC is going to go off for like 400 probably.
Right. Anyway, for the Commanders, favored by 2.5. Your number is 43.5. I don't trust the Giants to do anything on the offense.
Dude, Moody just continues to nail kick after kick.
That's all right. I like it.
He just knocked one in off. He just knocked it off the upright and went in.
He spent the offseason back in Ann Arbor relearning how to kick.
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
And he's back to being Moody as money again.
He got it off the upright. A little doink.
Still made it, though.
Oh, that's right. I knew I had one more Purdy Swift one, Sam. You'll like this one. For Results League, My team name is Pretty Swift Like an Eagle. Well, I have Saquon Barkley and AJ Brown. And I have Purdy. I have Ayuk. I have Goddard, Moody, 49ers. You know, I got a couple Eagles there too.
Not bad.
And it looks like Shrods is not going to be thrilled about taking an L this week. Because somebody had Christian McCaffrey too. That's gotta hurt. Wow, Purdy only got me 7 points so far. Ouch. Yeesh. Adam, Commanders or Giants?
The Giants are this year's Zolt's version of the Texans. How we never pick. I'm not ever picking the Giants this year, so give me the Commanders.
Sam, I don't think I need to ask, right?
Oh, it's going to be a tie. Fuck that.
Oh, he wants the tie. He wants the tie.
I'm going with a tie.
The tie. He wants the tie, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. He's going with the tie. Zolt looks
frozen.
Confused.
And frozen.
And the face is awesome.
Great face.
I mean, damn. It looks like the baby, the little one, just like may have crapped his pants and Zolt just went, what is that
Caught a whiff.
What in the world is that smell? No, come back.
That kind of looks at the that's the kind of look you give the TV after you saw the Michigan and Texas score.
Oh,
Sam can get booted now.
It's like,
did he get him back?
What happened? No. It's like, where did he go?
If it's not his mic, it's his camera now.
That face is awesome.
I know.
Did you take a picture of it?
I am.
Yes, I took a picture and it's in our chat right now.
Now that has to be someone's background next week for next week.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
That is awesome. That is totally awesome.
Well, at least I'm not the only one that had a camera issue this week.
That is freaking awesome.
And then there was three.
And now he's gonna have to phone it in.
He's got to pull the phone out.
Best pick ever. Damn. Don't mind me. I'm fighting mosquitoes that have snuck in through the damn screen. That's why all of a sudden I got a couple of issues going on here. And these damn mosquitoes have snuck through the screen, and that's kind of irritating me a little bit. Computer went into standby while I was actively doing things and then wouldn't come out. Had to manually restart. Whoops. So he restarted, kind of like the Jets are hoping to, but
just give me a couple more points so I can beat Sean. I just need to get Brees Hall some points or Garrett Wilson. At this point, Mason's getting me all the points.
Oh my goodness. 136.6 to 137.5. And all I have going on this is Moody, and he's gotten me 19.
That's what I got in my ESPN league with him.
If I can get Moody getting me at least an extra point, I will win. I will win. I need an extra point or another field goal. And I'm good.
You get one of them.
I'm like, I get one or the other. It's like, that would be awesome. That would be totally awesome. Bryce is...
Did Sam freeze up? Or okay, he I thought he froze up.
No, he's there.
I was looking watching about Kirk Cousins from yesterday.
Bryce has got New York Jets defense. He's got 5 points out of them so far. And the other guy he's playing against has Moody, Kittle, and Wilson. but he's still up by 33
Has
points.
Kittle even got anything tonight? Because I don't even think I've seen him since I've had the game on.
Kittle's got 6.8. Yeah, I know in some of mine I'm not doing so well.
Touchdown.
Jets?
Yup. Alan Lazard.
Oh, free play. Oh, look at that.
Yup. And Aaron Rodgers loves the free play. There he is. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Yep. He comes back just in time to just
So
score.
thrilled.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a flag on the field. Oh, we know that's offsides on the 49ers.
Didn't even make an effort to get back over the line of scrimmage. Just kind of
No,
jumped
just went.
up. I got to stand here.
All right, next game.
Yeah, what are we on?
Chargers at Panthers.
Chargers.
All right.
Don't even need stats or anything. Just pick the Chargers and let's move on.
Yeah.
Chargers
just give
are
me the
favored by
Chargers.
6.5.
Dobbins is
total
going
is-
off for 130 again. Let's just move
your,
along.
Your total is under 40. Your total is 39.5.
So,
which just means the Chargers are going to score like 30.
now,
30,
let me just
35.
say, if this was the Brandon Staley Chargers, I'm taking the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, give me the Jim Harbaughs.
Jim Harbaugh. Well
Give me
played,
the
sir. Well
khakis.
played.
The Browns at the Jags. Ooh, that's close.
That's a
I
tough
don't know.
one.
That's going to be a tough 2-point conversion. They're going to relook at that one. Browns at the Jags. This ought to be fun. Come on,
what you thinking?
Oh, this.
What do you think?
This
the
has
line
got to
is?
be. This has got to be
3 for the Jags.
1.5. Are we getting a 1.5 on this one?
Jags are favored by 3.5.
I said 3. What is it, 42?
41.5.
I was close.
Yep. You got this one pegged. Okay, well then, obviously, Adam, that means you know what the answer is. Who wins?
Jaguars.
Agreed.
Until the Browns show me something, I'm not picking them.
For the moment, the Browns are on my banned list. Because how do you come out looking like that with the guys that you have?
and
you
I
have
wasn't
and like
wrong last week.
And like I said earlier before you came on, I said, and this is the coach, this is the 2-time coach of the year, and he had his team looking like that for their opening game. Come on.
Sam?
Give me the Jag.
We're not twisting your arm or nothing.
Nah, again, the Browns got to show us all something for me to pick them. And I don't know if this will be the game they do it yet.
No, they'll do it the following week because they get to the Giants.
Please.
They lose that game, I'm not watching another Browns game the rest of the season.
Ooh. Wow. Okay, this one's definitely the over 50. Vegas at the Ravens.
Okay, so a couple things about this game.
Double-digit spread?
Number one, this is your high spread for the week. It's 9.5.
Ooh, we're close.
Ooh.
Your number 1.5.
Is what?
41.5.
Wow.
Raiders might not be scoring a touchdown.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, with that being said, give me the fatalities.
Yes. Well, no, they're not. Oh, yes, they are. They're, yeah. Yep. Them. Yep. Them. Those guys.
I like how you put that as his, because didn't you have him in your league and you put that as his nickname?
That's his nickname. Just fatality.
And then I love the Dobbins, get the cart.
Get the card.
Hey, JK scored a touchdown.
I drafted him purely as a rental. That's,
Right?
That's fine. I took Gus Edwards. Look how that's working out.
It's 1 week. It's 1 week.
I
Sam-
tried to. Give me the Ravens.
Does anybody want the Raiders other than Doug?
No.
I don't think Doug took the Raiders.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think Doug even took the Raiders. I think Doug was even like, no.
I'll say points from Brock
Yep.
Bowers.
Doug didn't even take the Raiders. Doug even went, hell no. I think I had this one as when I did the division stuff, I had this as the Cards winning this game. Upcoming here. The first 4 o'clocker is the Rams at the Cards. This is one I had the Cards winning against the Rams when I did their division stuff. So I'm going to automatically stick with that and saying outside of the numbers and everything, I'm going to still stick with my gut on that and taking the Cardinals right off the rip.
Okay. Cards are favored by 1. Your total's 49.5.
Whoo!
I'm going to go with the Rams just because I think they're awful pissed off right about now.
Damn.
Wow. Sam, you didn't get to see that. But Bruiser commented on the Zolt pick, and he said Zolt looks like he just roasted a wet fart. That's our Bruiser. Adam, who would you like?
I'm going to stick with the Rams. Cardinals had a shot. I mean, it was on the road, but I just like Zolt said, I think the Rams are going to be pissed off, and I think Kyler is just going to do something to throw it away at the end. They'll have a shot, but I think Kyler will throw it away at the end.
See, I think and that's the exact reason why I think the Cards will win is because they're going to be so ticked off that they blew that, and they know they had it. So that's why I was sticking with the Cards on that.
Can we get some Marvin Harrison at least a touchdown this week, please?
Yeah, I was going to say, how about him just getting him the dang ball?
He can't see over his line. What do you want him to do?
Just roll out and throw it. RPO.
It's going to hit a lineman in the helmet. Doink.
Well, as long as it bounces into the hands of Harrison.
Sam, who would you like?
That's the one wrench. This is that both teams are both going to be ticked off, but I'm going with the Rams.
Wow, I can't believe I have to actually pick a freaking game. Steelers at the Broncos.
Oh, God.
Yuck.
First team to score a touchdown win.
Right.
Oh, that'll be Denver.
Will it? That Steelers defense is damn good.
It was against the Falcons. Come on.
Not a bad. That Falcons offense isn't that bad. The Falcons got a better offense than the Broncos.
No, I don't think so.
They will by the end of the year. Steelers are up by 3. Sorry, Steelers are favored by 3.
Up by 3.
This is your low total of the week at 37.
Well, when all you do is kick field goals. I'll
It's the
start.
dollar shop store version of all you do is score touchdowns.
Right. I'm taking the Broncos at home. Broncos are at home. Steelers got to try to go breathe in that crap. Sam, who would you like?
I'm going to go with the Chris Boswells and take the Steelers.
I agree.
Adam
really is not going to like me by the end of the show.
No, because you took the way I was going to elaborate the summary of mine is I was going to say, give me the old golden toes Boswells, but
you want the tie?
No.
Yeah, go with do what I do with the Giants Commanders. Take the tie.
Unfortunately, the Steelers' defense is always good against rookie quarterbacks. They, so being this is a rookie, I'll take the Steelers. Yeah, we got an ugly game next week on Monday night, don't we?
Yes, we do. Fun one.
They just advertise it. That's why I won't give it away.
I was going to say, we're almost to it. Real quick, anybody want the Bengals or everybody taking the Chiefs?
That show against New England? Hell no.
Yeah.
Give us the we're not worthies.
Bengals need to actually show up.
Well, wasn't Joe Burrow the last one to beat Mahomes in the playoffs or whatever?
A couple of years ago.
Yeah,
it was a couple of years ago. He's lost a lot since.
Yeah. He's been hit a lot since, too.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Cody Rhodes is his favorite wrestler now. I mean.
She's favored by 6. The number there is 4.
Yeah. Let's just move right on into the Sunday nighter. Bears at the Texans.
Anybody want the Bears?
Nope.
Anybody want Caleb Williams? He's on the waiver wire.
I wish he was on the waiver wire.
In fantasy.
Oh, yeah. No. Trust me, because he's my backup. Guess who my starter is? Jordan Love.
Ooh.
Well, do what I did and immediately look and see if Baker Mayfield is available because he did fairly well.
I was going to say, at least that might be decent.
Yeah. I think I have to start looking so I can at least have a capable quarterback on my damn team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody wants the Bears. The Texans are favored by 6.5. Your number's 46.
Wow.
This Texans team is just going to get better. So,
yeah. And then the butt whooping of Monday Night Football. I'm shocked that this one wasn't a double.
That means if they're playing on Monday night next week, then we're going to see Sam on here. Sweet.
Wow.
Simulcast.
Wow.
Simulcast the game.
I was going to say, because I know Sam will not only have, wow, Sam, you're going to be busy. 6:09.
Yeah, you
then
won't
a
be
bird,
next one.
Then a bird. I was going to say, then a Birds of the Gridiron, I'm sure, immediately following, or if not, just transitioning practically. Holy cow, dude.
Near.
You are going to be one busy dude next Monday night.
Yep.
Wow, that is a lot.
Couldn't happen to a better person.
Wow.
I'm just going to go out and just get my pick out of the way. I'm not telling you who I'm picking because I just got one word. It's primetime Kirk Cousins. Come on.
Yeah. He did look pretty bad, didn't he? I mean, granted, it is the Steelers, but still, he looked awful.
He doesn't look comfortable yet.
No.
From that surgery. He is. I know Kirk Cousins, because I've watched plenty of him when he was at Washington. He's not driving the ball right now. He's still timid on that Achilles. And I'll tell you something. That's hurting that Falcons O-line because the Falcons still have a really good offensive line, but they're used to having guys like Ritter who are like game managers that get the ball out really fast so they don't have to pass block as long. Cousins holds on to the ball a little longer, and you're seeing what that's doing. So I'm taking the fucking Eagles. Give me a break with the Falcons.
Right. Yeah, I don't think anybody is looking at that one as not as picking the Eagles.
Give me the Birds.
Yeah, that's just super easy.
Yeah, give him the Birds of the good.
Birds in general.
The Birds. Yeah, the Birds. I just realized it. Don't thank you. The damn Birds. I just realized it. Son of a bitch.
That pretty much takes care of all of our picks.
The Philadelphia Flying Saquons.
Basically.
God, how dumb do the Giants look right now?
Bad.
Very.
And the bad thing is it's like, see, this was what this dude was capable of if you give him an offensive line that can block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I said that earlier. This is the best offensive line he has had since he was probably in high school. Because remember, when he was at Penn State, their scholarships were still limited. They didn't have a great offensive line. He made that team look good. He had
Which-
an offensive line there that was shit, and Christian Hackenberg, who was terrible. Then he went to New York and had Daniel Jones. This guy has made every average to bad team he's been on look great.
Question is was there any other teams that he looked into, or did he just immediately go straight to Philly?
I heard it was between us and Houston.
I had heard the
Oh,
Bears were in there at some point.
They were.
I
They
don't know.
were.
I
but
don't know if it was if it was actually considered. But
dude, could
They
you
were.
imagine if he ended up at Houston? Oh,
Ooh.
dear.
No, I don't
God.
want to imagine what if he would have ended up.
Oh
Well,
my God! If he would have
that
ended
would
up
have-
in Houston.
Question is, if he had ended up in Houston, would they still have made the trade for Diggs? And there could have been like,
that's a good question. And what
I
happens to
still don't
Mixon
think
if
they
he
need
gets
Diggs.
traded?
Well, I don't think they would have even still needed Diggs. If they
No.
got Barkley, they still wouldn't have needed Diggs.
I'll tell you what though, and I'm not doing it just because I'm a Michigan guy. That was a hell of a catch by Nico yesterday on the sidelines, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yep. That was pretty as good. All get out. Yes, it was. Nope, it truly was.
Like I didn't think he caught it, and then they're like, the announcer got all excited. I'm like, no, he didn't, and they had to show the replay, and I'm like, oh my, yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say, and how weird is it that it's a Buckeye and a Wolverine having to work
Right.
together?
Exactly. Well, think about it. They're all Big Ten because Diggs was a Maryland guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wow, yeah, that's right.
I forget he went to Maryland.
A lot of people do.
Wow, I just you're right. Yeah, that's impressive. That is impressive. Not too bad though. Yeah, boy, if Saquon would have ended up there, good Lord, that would have been dangerous.
Right.
That would have been super scary. I mean, Mixon's not bad. Let's not get it wrong. Mixon's
Well, here's
not
my
bad.
thing. What happened to
Continue.
your guy Pierce?
He's still there. He's the backup.
Yeah, but you don't hear nothing about him now.
No, you don't.
You didn't hear much last year either.
No.
He was losing playing time when Singletary was there still.
Yep. Singletary was getting more of it.
I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
I had him in Souls League the 1 year, and he didn't do jack shit for me. Come on, give us a Mason.
Is he going to get there? He's not going to quite get there.
Yeah,
He's
it's
going to
not
be
quite.
fourth and about a foot.
So Moody with another. There's your field goal you needed.
I was going to
Now
say.
they're going for it.
Of course they'd go
Boy.
for it. Fourth and a foot.
Well, like Shanahan, the Jets just called timeout, so.
Oh, the Jets couldn't get everybody together. No. It's like, damn. Couldn't I hurried that one up a little faster, huh, guys?
Yeah, right.
This is where you run the wheel route. Get that wheel route or that tight end slipstream drag behind. Money.
this is where you run the ball because you don't have a quarterback.
No. You got a quarterback.
Oh, come on. I'm down 127-66 to 124. See, I'm literally down 3 points.
Oh, we need the kicker, right?
No, I have Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, and then Mason.
Oh, Jesus.
They're kicking it.
Yeah, it's the smart move. You're closer than the extra point, so why not?
Yeah.
Thank you, Moody, for more
Oink.
points.
Thank you very much. I win. Yay.
Did you?
Yep. That field goal just put me up I was only down by 1. So I'm good. I'm good on that. That makes me a happy camper. That worked
Yeah.
in
I
one
see-
league.
George, I see you got high score of the week. I don't think
Really?
141. Yeah, I don't think 141 is going to stand up the whole season. But you got it for this week.
Wow. That's scary because that usually doesn't work that way.
God dang, in both George's leagues, I got over 1,500 this week.
Yeah. You
Good
crushed it.
Lord. Wow. Everybody was really low. Holy 78?
Yeah, my brother had an off week.
Ooh. Youch. Well, I'll be darned.
Hey, I had 130, almost 129.
Yeah. Yeah. At least that's better than wow.
And the sad part is my 2 highest scorers were my kicker and my defense.
Damn. Wow. Yeah, that is scary.
Scary Terry didn't give me crap. Kelsey didn't get me crap.
Yep, I just slid up 139.6 to his 137.3. So that popped me in a lead for the moment.
Well, and then, boys, I'm rolling. It's 5 o'clock. Comes early.
Yeah.
I was gonna
I
say
got
we
calls.
are we are about Thank you very much, folks. Like I said, you can get Sam 609 Sports Talk. He is on at 5:30. Next week he will be super busy as he crams 609 Sports Talk and then does Birds of the Gridiron for the Eagles pregame Monday night, which I'm assuming will follow immediately after 609.
Yeah. Then I got to ship
And-
that jersey out too still. So,
And then comes and does our show.
No. Look, we like him. He's friend of show now.
Don't speak for all of us now. Good night, boys.
It's one day out of the week.
for a couple hours.
Oh my. Yep. Catch Sam every Monday, 5:30 for 609 Sports Talk and all the Eagles pregame stuff. He'll be doing Birds of the Gridiron from now on, which is absolutely awesome. I got to be a special guest this past week with him and shocked the world by wearing my Eagles attire, my jersey. It was a great opportunity to wear that. So that was a lot of fun. So thank you very much again for having me. That was
Thank you for coming on.
blast. And like I said, I was definitely bringing some, some info, bringing some weaponry, showing like I knew what I was doing at least once in a great while. And I think Zolt just froze again. Nope, there he is. It is kind of weird because Zolt is looking at the dude. I don't know whose butt that is. The Rams. Zolt's like looking towards his butt, and I'm just like, that is not.
I think this is the part where Zolt would say, "End the damn show."
End the damn show.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Before
we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.